Today in Nerd History!
Hey guys, it's Tony. A little while back, me and the Dorkly crew were perusing Reddit, I know, when we found a thread about conspiracy theories that seem believable. And while most were rather goofy, there was one that sounded so nuts up front, but started making more and more sense as time went on. What's that theory? That Disney produced the 2013 animated film Frozen as a means of burying search results for the urban legend that Walt Disney had cryogenically frozen his head. I know it sounds weird, but stick with me. It's gonna make a lot more sense. Now let's back things up a bit. In case you had not heard this urban legend that has plagued middle schools for the last several decades, it goes like this. Walt Disney, infamous eccentric and sometimes animator, had become obsessed with the idea of immortality. Unhappy with preserving just a slice of Americana in the form of Disneyland's Main Street USA, he began to fixate on the idea of having a slice of himself preserved for all time after death. His head in particular. After death, he supposedly had his head popped off like the cap of an ice-cold Coca-Cola and stuck in the icebox deep underneath Pirates of the Caribbean, where his noggin would be cryogenically frozen until there came a time where he could be resuscitated to reclaim dominion over his several theme parks. Or possibly to don a robot suit and conquer humanity like a Wolfenstein 3D villain. Who's to say? There's only one problem with this urban legend, which is that none of it is true. There's not a terrible lot of hard evidence that our man Walt had active interest in cryonics. He was too busy relentlessly obsessing over the 2-decade construction of the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland. So if you're gonna look for a place where he lives on after death, that might be your better bet. Most claims of Disney's headsicle can be traced back to shady, unauthorized biographies of Disney, such as Mark Elliott's Walt Disney, Hollywood's Dark Prince. As good as that title is, the content of these unauthorized biographies drew heavily on unsubstantiated word-of-mouth stories. There's one small grain of truth to the rumors, though. Bob Nelson, the former president of the Cryonic Society of California, claims that he had knowledge of Walt Disney's desire to partake in the freezing procedure, but he never actually did it. Or as Bob put the whole thing, Walt Disney wanted to be frozen. The truth is, Walt missed out. He never specified it in writing. I personally have seen his ashes. They're in Forest Lawn. 2 weeks later, we froze the first man. If Disney had been the first, it would have made headlines around the world and would have been a real shot in the arm for cryonics. So as much as we'd like to believe that Walt Disney had a top secret plan to burst forth from a pirate-themed ride in a 40-foot robot suit, it seems, a little bit unlikely. That didn't, however, stop it from becoming one of the most referenced urban legends of all time. Even if you've managed to miss the specifics, the rumors were so prevalent, you've probably experienced how they've disseminated into pop culture. Futurama, or Family Guy, or Fallout, and probably a bunch of other things that start with an F are direct references to Disney's falsely frozen face. This rumor is pretty grisly and unsavory, especially when you consider that it's about the founder of a children's film company who shares the same name as the company. So it makes sense that the company would want to quash this rumor, no? But would they really go so far as to produce a major motion picture just to bury some urban legend? For the sake of argument and this video, yes. Here's another fact about Walt Disney. He was ferociously protective of his company and their image, and that's his real legacy. He believed Disney movies should inspire children, Disney toys should be safe and fun, and that Disney theme parks should be spaces of awe and wonder. This is the true Disney ethos, and it's enforced with rigid focus. Know how serious Disney is about maintaining the illusion of wonderment and fun at all of its theme parks? Very serious. Very serious. Disney parks feature a covert plainclothes security force ready to whisk away drunken, unruly guests while remaining unseen, and when night rolls around, they release a kill squad of cats who are tasked with keeping away rodents. And if that's not ironic, well, good. Disney has no place for irony. Try to get a costume Mickey to give you bunny ears in a photograph, and they never will. Mouse ears only. There is a rule book. This same rule book states mascot Mickeys, Minnies, and Donalds can never break reality by removing their masks in public. Even if it's on a Disney cruise and Goofy is frickin' drowning. He sinks in that mask, folks. The Disney Corporation values its strong, family-safe brand image and will do whatever it takes to defend it, no matter the cost. And you know it's an extremely not family-friendly thing to be constantly associated with? Walt Disney freezing his surgically severed head in a jar so that he might be grabbed back from the black pitch depths of hell, dragged screaming into the world of the living only to be awoken from his freezer-burned hamburger meat slumber and thrust lovelessly into a dark and terrible future where heads and trays might live again. In this day and age, a search result or an autofill are frequently taken as a confirmation, no matter how dubious the facts. Mastering and overcoming SEO is no easy task, even for a mega company like Disney. Google made its reputation by delivering the results most helpful to people searching for something based on keywords, and anyone who was searching for Disney Frozen in 2011 or before was probably only looking for one thing: information as to whether Walt Disney actually had his head or body frozen. So how the hell is Disney gonna beat Google at its own game? By making a multi-million-dollar cultural smash hit film called Frozen, or in other words, Disney's Frozen. The movie that we all know. Okay, yes, I'm fully aware that this sounds absurd, but this is the same Disney Corporation that would Photoshop cigarettes out of lifelong smoker Walt Disney's hands so they could hang up photos of him around Disneyland without children having to see this pesky truth. But like a beautiful jujitsu throw of filmmaking, what if Disney rolled with the punch and used this problem's energy against itself? Well then, the only answer would be to produce a film that could be titled Frozen simply to overtake the search results for urban legends about Walt Disney being frozen. Look, I'm not saying that this is likely, I'm just saying that it's plausible-ish. And we can also see that since the release of Disney's Frozen in 2013, Google search results for Disney Frozen are overwhelmingly about the record-breaking worldwide smash hit film, Frozen. As far as other evidence we have, any Disney email chain confirming this has almost certainly been snapped up as if it were a rat in the jaws of Disneyland's Midnight Murder Cat army. So all we can be left to do is speculate. And while it is pretty far-fetched, I truly want to believe that Disney intends for us all to take rumors about Walt Disney's frozen head and let it go. Like the song from the movie. Guys, you see what they made us do?